According to the story, Rudolph was a 29-year-old man who lived in New York. On August 27, 1876, he was drinking with his friends in Times Square. According to one friend, while talking with Rudolph, he disappeared. He simply disintegrated into thin air. Rudolph's family began to investigate his disappearance, but they never found anything, and discarded the testimony of his friend, believing that he was drunk and that he imagined his disappearance. Years passed, and nothing more was ever known about Rudolph. If he had been kidnapped, murdered, or if he had simply decided to abandon his family. Decades passed, and the family gave up. They never saw Rudolph again. But in the year 1950, something very strange happened. A man just materialized in the middle of Times Square. The man was stunned. His clothes did not match with the location, or rather, with the times. The frightened man ran and was hit by a car, causing his death instantly. The police quickly took the man's body to the morgue, and what they found was very strange. In his pockets, there were coins from 1876, as well as other objects of that time period. They also found a business card. The name on the card was Rudolph Fentz. The police investigated the address on the card, but nobody at that location knew who Rudolph was. They finally tracked down one of Rudolph's children, but he had died 5 years earlier. The police also found the records of the man's disappearance and realized that Fentz was missing since 1876. But was this the same man? Maybe he somehow managed to travel through time. But how true is this story? On the internet, we can find forums where it's claimed that this was indeed an actual event. Others say that this is simply an urban legend. In 1952, Jack Finney published a short story where he tells the story of Rudolph. So it is believed that this story was taken from that publication and was simply turned into an urban legend, though many people still think that what this story told actually happened. That perhaps the publication was an attempt to hide the validity of a real time traveler. Perhaps it was caused by some weapon or an experiment from some secret organization, or maybe even the government. But of course, there is no evidence to support these accusations. What is certain is that this story is one of the most well-known tales involving time travel, and that a large part of the population thinks that it really happened. It is highly probable that this is just an urban legend, but there is always the possibility, however low, that it really did happen.
Tell me